All right, welcome back to Season 3, Episode 2.
Welcome back, everybody.
Of Hicks Racing Podcast. It is April 11th, 2024. And we raced at Pavilion this past weekend.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to do these a little bit sooner in the week after, but it's
except for that's not gonna work next time.
Life happens, though. Yeah, well, yeah, you're going to be gone for a couple of days. But.
Yeah, Season 3, Episode 2, sorry. Of course, as always, big thank you to Fly Racing, Woody's Ale House and Grille, Dark Reflections, and 396 Graphics.
Yep.
For sponsoring us.
I want to throw in,
We're throwing another one.
Yeah, EVO Suspension. Man, it is really good. Definitely shout out.
Who's the guy that owns that? We talked to him.
Why'd you put me on the spot?
Because you're supposed to know this.
It's right.
That's the guy in.
I'll have to. Let me look it up.
Where's he at in Pennsylvania?
Butler?
No.
No, wrong direction. Down by it's by Harrisburg.
Okay.
I will look it up so quick.
All right, EVO Suspension.
Yep, EVO Suspension.
Matt's happy.
Yeah,
Check
very good.
So we went to Pavilion this past weekend. First race of Empire's season. Not quite what we were expecting, but because of the canceled practice Saturday, which I get it because it's been raining. It's like monsooning here for like the past 2 weeks, so.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for saving the track because
no.
You have
the track and I talked to Glenn a bit. It wasn't so much even the track would have been good. I think he was more worried about the property, people getting stuck.
Right, because then you got to
because the grounds itself were very saturated. The track actually looked at it Saturday and he was. Why he was doing stuff, and it was right. It would have been good.
I think
then, but
the main concern was everybody knows it's been raining, so I'm going to get 12 people to come out here and pay money, and then it's not going to pay my fuel.
I still think it had more to do with just tearing up the property.
I
think it had. I think it was a whole bunch of tenfold because, or however you want to say that. Also, I know because of the chances of things still freezing up, he didn't have the water stuff set up, so if he would have ran, if Saturday would have ran and then the track, he would have had to work the track, and then it would have been drier, because by the end of the day Sunday there was a lot of it was getting pretty dry, so I think there was a lot of things went into the decision to cancel.
But we were able to go up Friday anyway,
and the EVO was from Mannheim, Pennsylvania.
We were able to go up, luckily, Friday anyway, because Glenn was nice enough to let us in.
Yeah.
And because he knows we have a long drive.
Mm-hmm. I messaged him.
Camped out Friday night, and then we went to the zoo Saturday.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was actually, Rochester Zoo is a pretty darn nice nice zoo.
So Lucas got to get out for a little bit, and we got to have lunch and all that fun stuff. But
yep.
And
John.
Yep, and small crowd for Saturday because... I think it was just the weather.
Had just opened, right?
Yep.
The zoo had just opened.
Yep. So I'm at the track, small crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday, first race back of the season, Sunday. You did plus 40B and plus 50 Masters, correct?
Yes.
That's what you signed up for.
Yep.
So we were doing those two with Matt, and then John was doing open beginner.
Yep.
Schedule was tight because you were 10, 11, and 18?
Yeah, John was 10. I was 11 and 18.
So we were 10, 11,
and 18. I'm sorry, but you said
Yeah, so John was the first moto, correct?
Yeah. 10, yep.
So we did practice, how was practice Sunday? It was pretty...
Just normal race day practice.
Was it muddy?
No, it wasn't muddy. No. Actually, it wasn't. The track was...
Because he was working on tearing it up Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember if he tilled it Saturday or...
He was starting
or Sunday. Yeah, he did.
Stuff.
He did till it Saturday. He tilled it Saturday. Yeah.
Anyway, so John's first moto, he finished 6th.
Yeah,
out of 23.
Yeah. And he was 3rd or 4th off the line.
That was such an amazing start. I was watching it.
Yeah.
Here's the issue that was happening. So Matt and John share a bike this season.
Yeah.
And so John is Moto 10. Matt was lining up and in the chute on 11, so he was standing there in his spot, and I was farther down watching John.
I couldn't watch any of John's. Hopefully that doesn't happen too many times this year.
And then when he came in, I was flagging him in, and then I was ready to start your whole. It was a mess.
Yep. There was no no, there was really no hang-ups on it, other than like wasn't able to watch John's really watch his race. I could only watch him over his finish line, tabletop, and then over the corner and up the straight. But other than that,
no, I was watching him, and damn, he looked good.
He looked good.
I've never seen him look that good.
Yeah, first race of the year. I mean, he was into it. He was charging. He was was real proud of him.
Yeah,
very proud of him.
And he was battling with people. I mean, now he's up front. It's awesome to see.
Very, very good.
So he must really like that bike.
Yep. Yeah, he does. We're sharing my bike. We're not sharing a bike. We're sharing my bike.
So he finished 6th in the first moto.
Yep.
And then we rushed and pulled you into the chute.
Yeah.
For your plus 50, your first ever plus 50 Masters moto.
Yep.
Which like everybody was talking about because. While you were out there, like multiple people came up to me and they're like, "Holy shit, that looks good."
Yeah, I was.
I said, "Yeah, I'm surprised." I was surprised only because it was the first race of the season.
Yeah,
like, we haven't really rode.
No,
you got new suspension. I was like, you know.
Yeah,
I was expecting. Yeah, it's the first race, you know.
Yeah, I think we've rode less this year than we did last year. That's for sure.
Well, and my thing was, that's true. But also, like Dave Williams is in this class.
Yeah,
and Dave Williams is a very consistent, fast rider.
He's always A class.
Him.
Yeah,
he's always good.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow,
that's who I thought I'd be chasing.
Yeah, I was like, man, he's gonna give him some issues. It's gonna be, and you beat him, and I was like, holy shit.
I actually was. I was real happy with my riding on Sunday. All the way around, I made a few mistakes, but I mean, not that first 50 plus moto. I didn't make any mistakes. Yeah, I got a whole shot and was gone.
Yeah.
And I sprinted the first 3 laps. I just sprinted. I didn't look around or nothing. I was just sprinting. And I actually, as much as I've been doing real good with my diet. I'm not dieting, just my food intake. Been eating real clean stuff, but I have not been consistent getting to the gym. But man, I was real happy with, like, I sprinted for 3 laps and I didn't feel like I didn't shoot my load or nothing. It was, I didn't. Sorry, what? I didn't get gassed. I didn't get gassed. And
this is not an X-rated podcast.
Yeah, after 3 laps, I come down just after the start, and I decided to take a look around, and Jason Johnson was in that too. And
he messed me up because he's on a Husky. Wasn't he on a KTM?
He's been before. I don't know about last year, but he's been on a.
For some reason, I pictured him, and I was like, "Who's the white bike?"
Yeah. But then also, to their credit, I had talked to Dave, and he hadn't been. I think it's what he say. I think he hadn't rode since October last year.
Well, neither really have you.
Yeah, I know. Jason, I guess he tore a bicep or something at Loretta's he's having issues. So it's not. I mean, I think it'll tighten up as the season goes on. But I looked around and there was no one there, so I actually slowed it down. I backed it off for.
What do you do when you tear a bicep?
They had surgery. I guess they had surgery to reattach it. Didn't reattach right, and then I guess they did something to a nerve, so his one hand's a little bit numb or something. So yeah. So we'll see how the season goes on.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't. Yeah, I was able to back it down a little bit for the last lap, and then so then race 18 was plus 40B.
Yeah.
And I got another hole shot, which I was really really happy with. But then that first tabletop and that set of 3 tabletops the 2 before the big one. Mm-hmm. I kind of messed up in the corner, and I wanted rather than back it off. I got it, and the rear tire just slid out. And,
mad.
But I want to say I probably got passed by everybody, and I did battle back to 4. So.
So in this class, Steve did win the overall.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
AJ Snively.
AJ Snively. Yeah. 3. I guess I don't know. I probably have talked to him, but I've definitely raced that 365.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing 2 Yamahas.
Yep.
Henry Mulligan got 3rd overall.
3rd overall.
Because so in the first moto of that one, Steve and Henry were really going.
That's what you said.
It was awesome to watch. It really was.
That's fun.
Because like that corner right after the checkered flag.
Yeah.
They went around there and you could hear them hooting and
hollering.
And I was like, oh my god, they're both they were doing really good.
Yeah.
They're both really good riders.
Yep. Yeah, they're both great guys. They were very supportive. They were telling me how smooth I look and stuff. So it was definitely.
I know because you went I think you went down. Yeah, you went down on this one, and Steve came off, and he was like, Is he okay?"
No. Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, he's still up." So I think he's all right.
Well, yeah, I actually, I didn't say anything, but I did bang my head pretty good there when I went down up in that 40, the
really
first
not-
plus 40. I know,
It's not
but
surprising
I had a headache and stuff. But
You had a
it
headache
wasn't-
and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I knew you were.
You're an
so,
idiot.
Yeah.
You truly, you're an idiot.
But it wasn't. I wasn't
normally you give
knocked
somebody a
out.
heads up at least.
Yeah, it was all right.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, so Steve asked about, like, as soon as he came off, he wasn't even worried about winning. He was like, "Is he okay?" And I was like, I was like, he's a tough old man. He's all right. And then, so fourth overall was another Yamaha. It was Jeff Curran.
Jeff Curran, yep.
Curran,
Yep,
okay,
raced,
I don't know
yeah. He didn't do a ton of our, I don't know. Actually, I don't think I know he has a track and stuff at his house. I guess, I don't know if you want to call it a facility or whatever, but I don't think he raced a ton last year. We raced at Can-Am last year, and I don't know if he plans on doing more races this year or what, but yeah. So I know Jeff Curran.
Snively is from
Ontario, I saw that.
Yes.
Yep.
St. Williams. I'm trying to find out how far that is from
Yep.
Pavilion. It's got to be almost 3 hours. Okay,
Yep.
so it's like Area 51 for us.
Yep.
Gosh, I don't realize how close that is to New York, to
Right.
Canada. Yeah, so he's Canadian.
I wonder how much of a pain it is to get back, like when you, like the
I got
border
a
stuff.
searcher, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully not. Anyway, so that one was okay. You ended up fourth on that one. I wasn't too happy about that, but
But even then, I don't know. I'm just cheesing inside my helmet because the bike is just, I just love that
Geisler
suspension.
is 40.
Okay.
He was in 40C. I thought he was younger
Okay.
than that.
All right. Yep. But anyway, yeah, I just,
Okay, yeah,
super happy with my ride. I mean, we didn't get the second motos, but just super happy with the bike.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
happy
Geisler
with
got
my
third
riding.
in 40C. He must have
That's
just
cool.
turned 40 then.
Okay. Yeah.
I swore he was younger than that.
We don't, and of course we're talking about all my guys, but we don't, as far as John goes, we're not really familiar with anybody that
No.
he rides with.
Well,
I don't know.
I can make some statements, but
Oh, I know how you feel about.
yeah. Well,
Who's
because
in
the
the-
first, like, usually
But
the
you know
top
what?
four.
You know what I noticed, and that's not the case this year. And
Maybe you're right, yeah.
there was no one. I didn't see even that. At least I didn't watch 250 beginner, but an open beginner, I didn't see anybody that just ran. The
That's
guy
how it
that
should
won
be.
was not like in the past, even last year. The guy that was winning is half track or 3/4 track ahead.
The guy that won did go 1-1, but the second place guy was 4-2. So like, they're all over the board.
It
after
looks
that.
way more. It looks what's that? More parity. There's a lot more parity in that this year. I was watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Just interesting. And then how did Trey do? Bysham.
I think 2-2.
Yep, he won college
and
boy.
and he looks really good, but
Won
I don't know.
expert.
I'm not.
Second in expert. Open
Yes.
expert,
Yeah. There was
Who's
only
Justin Hofer?
I don't know, but Matt Jackson said that it was one of his buddies that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I said I didn't. Me and him were talking about how Trey and stuff, and I said there was a guy on a Honda that was ahead of Matt, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my buddy. I don't remember.
And then Ryan Lachine got third.
Is that the same one? That's the same Lachine.
I was wondering that myself.
It's possible. I'm not
It's
really.
a Yamaha. Out
Yeah,
of
he runs a Yamaha.
Johnsonburg, Pennsylvania.
That might have been
Is that?
Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Right, Ryan. Yeah, but I think that is him. The guy we met at Can-Am
Yeah. Okay.
2 years ago.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was a good turnout. I mean, there's quite a few people on the sheet.
Was he in expert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right behind Trey.
Yeah, and I also say go to the plus 30A. That was a really good race.
I didn't even watch that one.
Yeah.
Matt Miller.
Matt, yeah, who's second?
Ben Bowens.
Yes, he is a.
Sean Murray. Oh yeah, because they beat Sean.
Yeah, and
we were really surprised
what's the
about.
guy's second guy? What was the second guy's name?
Ben Bowens.
Ben, but I don't think
didn't
that's how
know
you.
Dave Williams
That's
raced
not
plus
how
30.
you. Yeah, that's
Dave
not.
Williams has plus
Plus
30A,
30A.
plus 40A, and plus 50 Masters.
He didn't do plus 40. I don't think.
No.
No. He did plus 30A. Maybe he did 40A.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he did.
I know he said he was going to ride a lot because he wanted to try to get some laps in. Anyway,
well, yeah.
the guy in second and 30 and 30A. I don't think that's how you say his name. he is a double A gene Winoa, or however you say that anymore. Winoa is what I always. But anyway, yeah, he's fast. But he's a woods rider. It was cool to see him there, and that was a good race.
That makes sense because we saw Sean fourth in that moto, and I was like, holy shit, like Sean's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second moto's dropped around. John got
fourth.
Was it fourth?
Yep.
Okay.
6'4"
fourth
for fifth overall.
Yep. Fifth
overall. And I was so proud of him this year so far. Well, anyway, I'm all proud of him anyway. But I mean, as far as riding goes, he had a mid-pack start in the second moto and worked his way up.
I was able to watch that scooping corner off the start.
Yep.
He ticked him off.
Good.
He was right down the side. He was clear, and he just went. I watched it. It was beautiful.
He didn't have as good a start, and he still ended up. And he would have had a better. I think he would have finished third in his first moto, but he tipped over in one of the corners there.
And yes, we will have John on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Number one, he's not here this week, and number two, he speaks like 3 words.
Yeah, so we'll have him on here, but he won't talk much.
A total of 3 words per week is what he speaks. Yeah. So he might reach his cap if he does the podcast. Right. But I could tell he was happy.
Oh yeah.
He came.
I'm not how, because like he does even it's like, hey, I'm proud of you, but good job. Thanks.
No, he was excited when I was talking to him.
Okay.
And he was exhausted after that first moto.
Yeah.
He should be, because he was like you could see he was drained. Yeah. I was like, dude, good job.
Yep.
I could tell he was excited.
Good.
All 6'3" of them.
Yeah.
Because I gave him a hug and I had to reach upward. It was weird. Yep. Yeah, and then do we want to talk about the second?
Oh, sure. The second 50 Masters, I didn't have as good a hole shot, and I slid out in the first corner
twice.
So I didn't slide out twice in the first corner.
No,
I did. I slid out in the first corner, and all the guys were gone, and I worked
to state, at this point, like most of the people you ride with are the same people in each class.
Yeah.
At this point,
yep.
All those people are used to that. They're like, oh, Matt now, and then, like they must know, like, oh, okay.
So well, actually, me and Rob got together pretty good on this.
Okanowski.
Yeah, Okanowski.
I didn't see that. So what happened?
Well, right off we got towards the first corner, and I was on the outside of both Dave and Jason, and I was focused on the outside of the first corner so that I could try to sweep around them. Okay. I wasn't going to let off as soon as they did, and I was going to I don't know how you say it. I want to say bounce.
Outside of the start, and then inside of the next corner.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. I was focused on
John the opposite.
Yeah, I want to focus on because he was on the inside on the gate. I was up towards the doghouse. So I was focused on. I was literally focused on. There was a spot on that outside of that first corner, and I wasn't paying. My fault or not, but my peripherals. This green bike comes and must be Rob started way on the outside of the box, and he just come right straight across. He must have been focused on getting in the first corner.
Everybody's focused.
So we come together pretty hard.
I think it's both people's fault.
It's just racing. We came together hard. I thought like we're going down, but we didn't. And then
I didn't see that.
I let off, and then I don't know, got back on it and almost immediately slid out. So they were all gone. I got up, got it bike running, and I actually over the next 3 laps, 4 laps, I picked everybody off. Well, everybody I got to Dave. Me and Dave had a pretty good little battle because I was on his rear tire, and it was funny because in the last lap, about halfway, I was there, and it was funny because so the big tabletop, and then you make the real tight right hand, and then the next tabletop, and then you go down, and you make the real hard. Left, and then the real hard, then the tabletop, real hard right, and then you go up towards the stands. Then you make then you make a hard left.
And then around that
right there, I was right on him, and he was looking over his left shoulder, and I was on the other side of him, so he didn't even see me. He didn't know I was there. He told me. So we come down that little downhill, and going into that to the right before the big step up, he didn't know that, so he cut right across, and I was there. He almost took my front wheel off, and that so I lost a bunch of ground right there, gathering it back up, and then I had caught back up to him on the steep downhill, and they make that left before the next step up.
Yeah.
And the guy, we come down in there, and I knew where I wanted, and he took my line, and absolutely. We know not even a little bit, but so I went more inside, and I just wasn't, and I tipped over. So and that's how
you pissed me off. And you tipped
everybody tips over.
Saying, you pissed me off.
So and I was off balance because the way the rut was and everything else, and then Jason I got it up and running just as Jason caught me, and we had battled, and he got me right at the line. So. Yeah, it was fun. But I will tell you, after that, I was gassed. I could have run the 40B moto, but it was already late, and I was gassed.
Didn't get home already like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I could have.
It would have been another 45 minutes.
I could have ran it, but I wouldn't have had nothing for it. I gave everything for that moto, but it was fun. We all talked afterwards. It was.
Yeah, because Jason came out and was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "We're going home."
Yeah.
It's going to take us like 2 hours to get home.
Almost 3.
Yeah, by the time we stopped for dinner and shit, yeah.
Right. That was,
Yeah, so we went home early, so you skipped the second moto, but at least we got
40B.
We got most of them in.
Yep.
Yep, so that was that weekend. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
It was a nice day, too.
Shout out to Glenn and Pavilion. I mean, that track was...
What is Glenn's last name? And what is his wife's name?
Why are you calling me... Taylor. Glenn Taylor. Okay. And I should know her. I picture. Yeah. Yep.
Because she's the one that took.
Did
they raise their entrance price? I forgot to ask you.
I don't think so.
What was it?
15.
Okay, so it was the same. I was just curious because I was wondering how many tracks this season were going to raise their price.
But shout out to them. Put on an excellent event. I mean, the track was mint. I myself kind of wish he wouldn't have tilled it up during the. But I think a lot of people, most people that race locally don't. They think that track before intermission was a deep and rutted track. Well,
I hate deep and rutted, so I hate.
But anyway. So yeah, it was.
Yep. So that was this past weekend. So then we will be at Area 51 next weekend. Coming weekend we're off.
I'm gonna practice at Burlington, but shout out to Burlington and hey, it's a great place to practice.
So then we'll be at Area 51, and then Pavilion at the end of the month. We're at Pavilion quite a bit this year.
Yeah, I see that.
Which is okay.
It's fine. Love that track. And that's not terrible.
I'm okay with it. I hate that
the downhill.
Giant down. Oh my God, I would rather do anything else.
That track's fun.
Than go down that thing.
That track's fun.
I'd rather do anything.
Yeah. I like it. It gets real rough and...
I would rather root on Jason Anderson than go down that downhill. That does a lot. And I don't know if I could do Deegan. I think I would. I might go down the downhill before I root for Deegan. So we will be Area 51 Pavilion next. We're still tweaking the schedule a little bit, but
it's going to kind of depend on John for.
Yep. So we'll be doing that, and then hopefully in the future we're like kind of doing this podcast while it's playing on YouTube. I wanted to have GoPro footage going of like the race, but my GoPro did not cooperate this weekend and recorded nothing despite me hitting the on button.
Well, I wasn't sure. I know you had it on John for the second one, and I thought about pushing the button, but
I pushed it. I walked up there and pushed it. Okay. I said, "Hey, here, let me push it before you leave. I'll just delete the footage." Yep. Nope, didn't do it. So. Hopefully we'll figure that out soon.
Yeah, maybe I could take it Saturday and I could take it Saturday and do a little.
Then we can have a little more footage going on during these. But other than that, we will see everybody on the next episode.
Yeah, see you guys.
Peace out.
Later.